Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we graze on wild ideas, and we're not in a shortage of wild ideas or wild things that are going on here lately. And we'll be talking about that and mentioning some of the things that I know Drake has been talking about for a long time. We have some serious issues at the border. We have some serious concerns about people's reactions, and that's just the beginning. So anyway, let me bring Mr. Drake Bailey on, and we'll see if there's any other news updates that he wants to share with us. Hi, Drake.
Hey, how be it? Is it going the right direction?
Yeah, I think so. We need a little more light on you. Can hardly see you.
Well, I'm trying.
Okay, it's
How's
not
that? Is that better?
not that much, but it's okay.
Well, hold on. I'll take it up all the way.
All right, and
Right there.
we
I'll
have
sit back in my chair in the shadows.
and we have the dot connectors in the chat, and we're welcoming everybody. So happy that you come and chat with us. And Drake,
Yeah.
what have you heard of anything recently that's really important that we need to know about?
Yeah. I don't know if anybody watches the news much, but
I try not to.
well, I watch it to know, so I have an idea as to what kind of horsemen or horse hockey
Yeah.
And all that stuff that they are putting out. Now,
Exactly.
according to the general consensus of the people that deal with the higher end of things, and this is like Jamie Dimon, people that don't normally say much of nothing unless it's something that's supposedly important. And there we go. And in this case, I don't know if anybody noticed, but over the past few days, we've had warnings from people such as Kudlow, such as Jamie Dimon, such as others, Musk, that there's a big kaboobie about to happen. Now, everybody knows about the dodo bird's disappearance. Well, we'll be afforded that option. Think about it. And here's why. Here's how this works. You know about the fuel prices.
Oh my God! Have to get a bank loan to fill your car up.
They had one place that had an automatic teller machine integrated into the fuel pump, so that you could afford to fill up your tank or whatever. Anyway, a lot of the stuff that's been going on has been pre-stated. Now, by pre-stated, I mean ahead of time. And these are not nice things at all. Okay, the gist of it is that the reason now, and this will mess up some minds, we are printing money is because our credit card is maxed out. Now, think about that very carefully. The last time this happened, certain monies printed after a certain date held no value. They were returned. I'm talking about pallets, 4 foot by 4 foot and 4 foot and all that.
Kind of like the ones that Obama gave to Iran.
No, those, as a matter of fact, those are worth more than the currency value, the face value.
I was just
Yeah, well,
being facetious. Okay.
There was an offering going around to kill him, assassinate him when he did that. So bear that in mind. Now, back to present day.
I didn't know that.
People have screwed up things in terms of sending out money, throwing money at a problem, which is normal procedure as I understand it. And there's a couple of major problems with that. Number one, credit cards maxed out. That means that's why we're printing money, because we don't have money that we can borrow. Think
You're
about that.
talking about the government, right?
Yes, but it goes to the uh, uh, cash that you've got available to you, the credit cards that people use, your bank account, the whole 9 yards. Everything, all of it is included in that. Now, the nasty part of it is that's first. That's number one. Something you should note, and I'd tell you to write it on the wall or something, because it's going to become critically important. And here's why. As you know, you have been told by varying news media and pundits and whatever that we're going to have rolling blackouts. Now, the reason that we're going to have rolling blackouts is because the financial system of the United States is beginning to falter. It hadn't fallen over yet. Hopefully, it won't, but it probably will. Um, the news basically covers a part of things that most people don't pay attention to. They put these things together in little blurbs and whatnot and put them out, and everybody goes, okay. There's a major problem coming in terms of being able to keep the utilities operational.
Oh,
That's what the
lovely.
rolling blackouts. Well, that's what the rolling blackouts are a warning of. A lot of your municipalities use natural gas, and it has exploded in price. It went from less than 3 to over 9 almost immediately.
Oh my
And it's
God.
still rising. Now, um, what happens is nasty. When you go to the store and there isn't anything on the shelves except soap suds, what are you going to eat? If you haven't prepped, like I have tried to explain to you, you're liable to be in deep doo doo. Okay? I'm trying to be as nice as I can
I'm going to
without.
get real tired of beans and rice. I tell you what.
Well, if
But at
you if
least it's
you,
something to eat, right?
if you uh, take this in reality, you can roast something over a fire, and you can build a fire out of just about anything that burns. Now, so the idea that you're going to be stuck with beans and rice, well, that depends on whether or not you put um, the proper flavorings. Now, that includes spices and whatever canned meats or preserved meats you might have on hand. Or it can be venison. It can be the deal you worked with the local rancher, so you can get one of his cows. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things that go into this. Irrespective, um, the fun and games isn't going to hit hard until mid to late summer, just before the elections. The problem that we have that everybody should be looking at is something nobody is talking about, which is, and it's normal. We don't want to talk about that. Oh no, can't have that stuff. Well, um, the large metro, I gotta have my glasses. Large metro areas in some states have warned of blackouts. Now, blackouts can mean a whole lot of different things: electricity, water, food, whatever. When the water or lights are turned off, think about that. What then? You got people in a lot of high rise buildings that probably aren't physically capable of making it down the stairs. Those people won't live. Think about this very carefully. I'm not trying, I ain't gonna pull no punches. Um, you have the situation of people who could leave already having left. They have sold their mansions or whatever and have procured property in the outlying areas. Now, by outlying, I mean rural primarily. Um, when you have millions of people in a city and the lights and water get turned off, what happens? Well, very simply, those who can, and there'd be somebody who will hook up a temporary generator to operate the elevator to get you out of the top floors of a building. Um, but most people will leave. They're going to, they're just not going to, nobody was going to stay around or there ain't no electricity or water. When you get down and you go look and there ain't nothing in the grocery, you turn right around and head for the exit. Most people will leave. And it'd be most of those who can leave. The early outs may make it because they have the means to do so. In other words, they have prepped and they have a place that's relatively private, away from the main drags and
Those are
whatnot.
people that have money.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily a lot of money, but the means. Okay.
Well, or credit or what have you, whereas many
You
people
know,
don't.
they may have what it takes, and they may make it, and a bunch of them won't. The reason I say that is that there are a lot. We have lost 2 full generations knowing how to fix things or make parts or whatever. What you're going to get into is the rest of it. Most of all, the rest will be in critical shape, low on food, low on water, and maybe or maybe not having a firearm to keep whatever food they've got. You're going to have people that have got guns taking the food away from people. Baby formula, it don't matter. You get in the way, they shoot you. The You got to remember, being low on food and water is critical survival level. Where are these large numbers going to go? As they head out of town, it will take what they can find along the way. That means that each one of the stores that you might want to visit, that would be on the way to your little Shangri-La you got, are apt to be just as empty as the supermarkets in the city. Whoops, no food, no extra. Uh-oh.
I thought the military was supposed to help out and pass out food.
Oh, if they're activated, yes. As they head out of town to take whatever they can find along the way. Little stores, and that the stores will be cleaned out, and those people will try going into rural areas. Now, there's a serious problem with that, and that is that you should believe one thing. When I say farmers and ranchers are more than ready for this, that means that they are generally well armed. They got the right kind of guns, and they're not afraid to use them on somebody who decides they're going to eat everything in their garden. So you have to understand, somebody decides that they can take their hunting rifle and go shoot a cow, cut it up and fry and roast it, are not apt to get that shot off. The reason being is that a lot of these areas, these rural areas that these people would like to run and hide in, are already occupied by people like me. And I don't have any aversion to shooting somebody if need be.
Okay, or blowing things up, right? No, just kidding.
Well, generally,
I'm trying to lighten it up a little bit here, Drake.
generally speaking, I won't have to blow anything up because if you drop a couple people, let me explain this. You drop a couple people, and most things change. Man,
how about this question? You want to take a quick question before it gets too far down, or you want to wait a bit here?
I want to cover the other aspect of it.
Okay, go for it.
If you don't have 2 years food, water, things
Years.
available to you, you're liable not to make it. You probably won't survive 2 years. Think
Well, you're
about
telling me, Drake, I'm not going to survive. I have not had the resources to be able to to store 2 years worth of food. Not
you
even
need to
close.
you
I
need
got maybe
to
lucky if I got 2 months. Okay.
okay.
Um,
Well, what you need to do is make the arrangement to uh, put $10 towards a bag of rice, $10 toward a bag of beans, ten
I've
bucks.
done that. I've done all that, but it still doesn't add
Okay,
up
well,
to
what I'm
that
saying
two
is that,
years worth.
it needs to become a habit. If you can buy food, and it doesn't matter if it's
I kind of
fish in
do
a
that.
can or what.
Like you buy something that you throw it in the pantry that it's not something you're planning on using right now. It's like you said, like one or two
Well,
things extra. I have been doing that, but I still don't have that much. Not two
most of
years.
the most of the time, these things have a 2 year period of usability. Okay, canned goods doesn't matter what you do. Take a look at the dates.
If
Good
that
until
can's not
25.
bulging, I say you can still use it.
Uh-huh. Well, so let's take this to the realistic level. We're going to have a great civil war between the people who are already entrenched, such as myself, and all the people that think that they can come in and take it.
Well,
Those
if
are the
you're
big.
starving, you might do the same thing because you might have stored a little bit and tried to have enough, but it what didn't last long enough. That I mean, it's like when people
I'm
get
here. I'm here
hungry,
to.
they lose
I'm here
their
to.
moral
Yeah,
compass.
well, I'm not going to play that game just
It's not
because
a
somebody
game.
else didn't plan for their survival. Is not my fault.
What if they
And
couldn't do it? What if they didn't have the resources? Is that their fault too?
well, it may become that way, and I'll tell you why. All of the poor people who couldn't leave when the rich people did, or the people who had the means to leave, um, are going to get awful hungry. Hungry people are dangerous. Period. I don't care how you define it, or who they are, what language they speak, or nationality, etc. It doesn't matter. What comes out is I'm hungry and I'm gonna eat. And I don't mind cutting off one of your legs and barbecuing it. Okay. The fun and games hasn't got started yet. You have been warned by Biden and other people that there are going to be food shortages.
Yeah, because he's
Well,
helping to create them.
look at the baby formula. They sent it all to the migrants. They got the one lady looked around and found three, not one, three big warehouses full of baby formula. Ooh, that stuff's beginning to be distributed as we speak because there are a lot of people that wouldn't put up with that. Okay, there are a lot of people who won't put up with the idea of I got to be hungry uh, because I'm an idiot.
That's
Whoops,
not fair.
what isn't fair?
Call somebody an idiot because they weren't able to store enough food.
Somebody who is uninstructed is a problem. Okay, doesn't matter who it is, what level they are, or what they do. If they did not or do not take sound advice, wisdom as we call it, which is knowledge in action, if they don't do any of the things necessary for their own survival, it isn't my problem. Now, take all the poor people. Here we're going to get into this subject whether people want to or not. All of the people that couldn't, that's different. Now you find that the military will step in, and believe me, I have eaten some military food. I used to be a cook in the army because my food tasted decent. The thing about it was in Vietnam, 1968, I was eating sea rations in a box, little cans of goodies from Korea, the Korean War. Okay, that's how old that was. Now we have stuff
Whoa.
nowadays. We have stuff nowadays, and we have enough of it for the military to put up food distribution points, and they're going to have to do that, and they're going to have to be good at it, and they better get their whatever together in order to do so. Because if they don't, these hungry people are going to come see them as well as us. Whoops. So what we've got is a really nasty situation. The war in Ukraine and the cut off of Russia and all that happy horse manure that you hear on any kind of media is just that, horse hockey. And the reason it's horse hockey is because America, I want you to, you can go back and look, during World War II, we fed the world. We can still do that and have the capability of doing that today. Now, here's the last problem. It's the squeakiest, nastiest, funkiest thing you ever thought of in your whole life. You know how bad a skunk stinks when it's on black asphalt, been run over? Phew, you can smell that thing a half mile. Well, Biden and his administration cut off the fuel. That's
On
what's causing
purpose.
the problems with the fuel. Number two, the usage of all of our readily available credit and cash is gone. Number three, Janet Yellen seems to think that we have the capacity to survive whatever level it is.
She don't care
Then you
about
got certain
anybody but
people.
herself.
Then you got certain people who say, "Oh, well, they finally got enough parts in, and I got my electric car." Okay, you smart dingbats. Guess what? Where do you think the fuel comes from that causes you to be able to charge your, and I quote this loosely, electric car? That thing is no more than a flashlight battery on wheels. Very
Okay, we
limited.
we have some people getting upset because this is not anything uplifting at all, and
Oh, I got
so
some uplifting stuff.
okay, okay, here, just as an example, Gigi said, "What a uplifting
All hang
information." It's
yourself.
not.
Huh? Okay.
I mean,
Now, after all the doom, gloom, and graveyard stuff I just put out, here's the good news. We're going to have the transition before it gets to the point where we end up trying to have to kill everybody. Think about that. Number two, plenty of food. You know what a replicator is? It's not limited. You can make 400 cheeseburgers in just a few minutes with it. Okay. All of these things come at the transition, which is coming supposedly before the election. Ooh, waiting for these.
I've been waiting for these blackouts, emergency broadcast system, disclosure, etc., for years, and they're
Mhm.
definitely taking their time. I thought it was a question, but it's not. But I can
It is.
appreciate what's
It's
being
also
said.
a question. It's also a question. And the problem with it all is that the we right now, and I'm talking about right here, right now, this minute, have a serious problem. The government, our own very own government, and our supposed representatives have declared war
On
on we.
us. Yeah, on we the people,
Now
right?
listen to me very carefully. If for any reason any elected official, person holding an office, refuses to do their job, okay? If they do that for any reason, that job falls to us, we the people. Now, I would suggest that we have people out there that can much better handle um,
Well, they've sold us out.
managing, that they can actually manage things. I heard a joke that I thought was interesting that if Democrats got control of the Sahara Desert, within 3 weeks there'd be a shortage of sand. I mean, you
That's a
hear
good one.
garbage like that. Now, let me
That is
explain
a good
that
one.
to you too.
Okay,
Forget political parties. They don't
both
mean
of them.
squat. Find a person that not only can and is willing, but does the job. Doesn't matter who it is.
actually
Okay.
cares, right? Actually cares. That's the problem. Our Congress people are taking care of themselves, and they don't give a rip about the people, even though they're supposed to.
Ooh,
Someone's asking you, Drake, have the
that's it.
archangels left the scene? Some shamans are saying so. What could that even mean? That's
Well,
interesting. I
that
haven't.
means that the archangel's job is completed. That doesn't mean that we're not going to see T's and everything else. It doesn't mean that we're going to be by ourselves, all alone, hiding in the basement, uh, or
Like
any of
somebody else
that.
that we know.
Yeah. What it
But
means what it means is that their job is done.
what did
Okay.
they do? Mind I ask?
Do what now?
I said, what was their job and what did they do?
Well, they needed to orchestrate what is supposed to have been taking place all along, the betterment of mankind. All of us, no matter whether you're Muslim or what, the betterment of mankind. They set it in motion at a very, very high level. That high level has actually gotten traction and taken hold, and it's beginning to work. So, what you can expect is all of a sudden, and Gascon got taken out. The people voted him out. And there's a few others that have been voted out. They have been told that don't cut it. You're not going to take a murderer or child molester and turn him loose again. Well, and this is the fun part. The assistant district attorney ain't like that at all. He's been hollering and jumping up and down and saying, "Hey, we need to slap these dudes underneath the jail." Well, guess what? Guess who the new prosecuting attorney is? Ooh.
I don't like bar attorneys myself, but anyway, I don't trust them. But that's a whole nother story. I don't want to go there.
If they follow the morality and intent, purpose, and spirit of the law.
Constitutional republic laws,
Exactly.
not
Exactly.
maritime laws.
Exactly. Exactly. I fully agree. Who owns the electric companies?
That's
uh,
a good question. I don't have a clue. Who does? Do you know?
yeah, you got uh, shareholders. You got a combination of shareholders and investors. Basically, what you've got is a very big problem because nobody, and I don't care how much money they got, can control the electric companies. The reason they can't, fuel prices. A lot of these people switch to natural gas from coal. The problem is, so do you need to draw money now? You should never
Yes.
have had money in the bank. Period. You when you get your bills paid, you take the rest of it, all but $5, $10 or whatever, out. Put it in a coffee can, bury it in the backyard or something. Well, here's the deal. A lot of the greenbacks or dollars or whatever you want to call it will continue to have value for a long period of time up until the point of the transition. Then it will be switched over to quantum, and the quantum will suck all that up. And then you will have bank accounts that can't be hacked, touched, or screwed with by anybody. So, yeah, you need to make sure your money is not in a bank. It's not safe because when that quantum banking system comes in, here's what happens in over a 3 day period. Okay, now bear this in mind. Over a 3 day period, they shut that sucker down. You're going to see that your bank doesn't even have the lights on. The automatic teller is out of service and turned off. Then you've got a period of about 4 or 5 days that it takes to reinitiate things, and another 3 days on the other end of that to turn it back on again. So you got 11 days, say, of no capability of playing with the financial system, whether it's your money or not.
Wow.
Find it out where is their ability to
Why would
crucially.
they be building a grocery outlet in California like that? That's kind of weird.
It's not just uh, it's not just a certain place. It's a special place. It's military. Bear that in mind. So the military is going to have groceries. What do?
What
We go.
happened to all of the food that the elites took down and put in underground, the places where they were planning on going, and leaving the rest of us up here to starve and hopefully not, but kill each other over food? Um, I mean, that's I
Nothing
don't.
happened to it. Nothing happened to it. It's still on pallets and it's still in storage. Now,
So there
here's
is
what.
food
Well,
available. We just don't have access to it at this
wait
time.
a minute. They're going to pop those open. They do have the can openers to pop them open and feed the people.
Oh
Don't
boy.
worry about starving to death because that ain't going to happen. Okay.
Thank goodness. Yeah. It's just that.
Alleviate, I can alleviate about 90% of the angst and imaginary science fiction movie where the big urine comes to get you, that sort of stuff. You can eliminate 90% of that.
Okay, here's
Uh-oh.
another question related to the utility companies. Are they just going to leave everybody without service? Wouldn't that be considered a terrorist attack? Trouble is, how do you
It
sue a
doesn't matter.
company? You need the individuals.
It
But
wouldn't matter. If they can't afford to pay the bill for the fuel, that's going to get turned off. It doesn't matter who says no. Doesn't matter who says it's going to be different. Doesn't matter what people think of it. These things that I'm talking about are a part of the transition. Actually, um, owners of utilities are just going to leave everybody without service. Exactly. If the water company can't pay the electric bill, they're going to turn the pumps off and go home. Just that simple. Same with the light companies and other things, the sewage company. They are these things are not standalone entities.
Mhm.
Go
Indeed,
through this.
we're all going to get through this thing they call life. We're actually, on the one hand, we should be absolutely delighted that we're living during this time. It's the worst of times and the best of times, but we're still waiting for the best of times and for this stupid movie to get over with.
Well, they had a thing that they call that was a live doll that used to eat people up and stuff called Chucky.
Oh,
or
that movie. Yeah, that's.
yeah, or
I
how
never.
about that? How about the guy with the long
Oh, yeah,
nail?
yeah, yeah. Oh,
Oh my
Freddie
goodness!
something. Yeah,
Yeah,
Freddie.
Freddy
Yeah.
Krueger is coming to get you.
But anyway, one of the things that were said in this last, I just saw this morning, so I didn't even get to see it all, and it was a not movie, a YouTube video about the emergency situation, in that you're talking about people just being hungry, kind of thing, but there's also a concerns about people are losing it, especially the people that don't have a clue about what's going on with the energies on the planet, the different changes, the DNA upgrades, whatever you want to call it. They don't know what's going on, and it's driving them crazy.
Well, very simply, where do you think the mass shootings come from? It's a combination of two things. MK Ultra is still alive and well,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
just a little bit of the stuff rubbed on your skin causes you to listen to what they got to say. Get your gun, go shoot them people, or whatever.
What do you mean rubbed on your skin? You got to explain that a little more. I've never heard that before.
That stuff can be put into your system in 1,000 different ways. Coca-Cola or uh, rubbed on your skin, or somebody's got a squirt gun or whatever. And those mind controls work. I know that they do because I was involved with some of it, and that's one of the reasons I do not have a long military career, because I objected and they didn't like it very much. Yeah, no, you just lost your security clearance. No, I didn't. What do you mean? Check. And they did, and it's still there. Well, how can that be? We cut you off. No, you didn't. You just thought you did. Anyway, the gist of it is simple. Um, who is running by?
I couldn't
Come
resist.
on,
I had to put
man.
that out there. Sorry.
Come on, man. It's real simple. Have you ever heard of a teleprompter? Now you know who's in charge of Biden. Ah, pull that puppet string, pull that string over that. Uh-oh.
Is that the CCP? I think that's what they're getting at.
I'm not going to say who.
Okay.
I've been asked not
So
to bring this stuff out for the simple fact that the miscreants that are doing these nasty things are apt to take off running before we got a chance to stop them. How about that?
You're going to have a lot to answer for.
Oh. Now, I have not. I have mentioned. I mentioned on one show about skinning people, and wait a minute. I think a slow death is warranted for the butt wipes that are starving babies. For one, think about it. If you don't realize how much critical mass is involved in all this, just think about what I opened this show with. I don't like that stuff. Ooh, gives me the woolly boogers, but it's also very real. And we already had one shoe drop, and the gas prices are still going up. Well, you're going to have the other shoe drop, and there ain't going to be no food, water. Oh boy, are we going to have some fun?
Oh my goodness! Well, we let me. I have a little clip I'd like to share, if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is. Well, I hope this doesn't get us taken down, but this is about the relationship of some people who are directly responsible for what's happening, and it's been allowed to go on. So hang on one second. Let me find it. Here we go. Now.
So while you guys are all out here believing in coincidences, I'm out here being like, seriously? Okay. The video I'm about to show you is...
Okay, wait a minute. I don't know why I'm hearing two voices. Are you hearing two voices too?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, let me put this away. So, okay, I'm going to start it again. I just stopped it because I was having feedback, so I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't continue.
Oh, one of the biggest coincidences I think you'll have seen in a long time. If you can call it that.
Anybody?
When Moderna was formed, the first CEO of Moderna was a young Cornell graduate by the name of Anthony Fauci. Interesting. He was the first CEO of Moderna when he graduated from Cornell. When he was at Cornell, his roommate was one Bill Gates. Interesting. Bill Gates and Anthony Fauci were roommates at Cornell. Fauci was the first CEO of Moderna. Moderna, the company Moderna, there was a company in World War II that was heavily involved with what happened in World War II. And I don't buy into the official story of World War II, but there were certain experiments that were being done, and there was a company that was heavily involved by the name of IG Farben. IG Farben was run by a Jewish guy turned Nazi, later turned American, by the name of George Soros. George Soros broke up IG Farben and he formed Moderna. One of the main financial backers of Moderna. So you've got Bill Gates, you've got Anthony Fauci, you've got George Soros, all involved in this whole Moderna thing. And one of the main financial backers of Moderna up until his alleged death was one Jeffrey Epstein. Interesting little circle of friendship, don't you think? These people...
Let me unmute myself and everybody else. Okay, yeah, we're depressing our dot connector. It is kind of depressing. So, oops, let me unmute you there, Drake. All right, that was
now,
just.
I tell you, dot connector said it's upsetting and all, and he's ready to leave and all that. And I said, hang around, it'll get more better. And he said, okay.
Well, we could watch something funny if you want. I got another one. Would that help?
Well, I got one. I got something that's funny. If you want me to read it.
Yeah, go for it.
It's in print. It's done in a section called The Week on the National Review. The good news is that Dr. Fauci says you can leave your house. Ain't that wonderful? The bad news is you can't afford to go anywhere.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I got another one for you, and I have to give credit to Dean Chambers who found these just in case. And
Oh.
this is for people that for the first time, and I guess I'll have to mute you. The first time you ever use a gun, if you get a gun and you haven't shot one before, be aware of this. This will probably make you laugh, I hope. I thought it was funny, but I don't. Maybe it wasn't.
There we go. Oh, that was funny. That makes me think about a whole bunch of anti-fine people that don't own nothing getting out there with guns. It is, and I've seen some of it that was real, more or as real as what you showed, and they were actually doing that. It was knocking them down, and 12 gauge don't. Anyway.
I will be dead. Oh, come on now. Here we go. I will be dead soon then. Thanks for not helping us, Tim Potter says. Well,
Who?
well, what do you mean not helping us? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm giving you the information it takes to survive, and you're going to tell me I didn't help? Okay.
Knowledge is power. I mean, you might not like what you're hearing, but you need to know about it. You don't have to dwell on something that's negative, but to know and be prepared is better than to not know and not have a clue what's going to happen. So bear that in mind.
You could always lock and load. Yeah, it's funny to have little kids or grown-ups or whatever think they know what they're doing when they don't, and they don't really get hurt by it, but they get a good lesson. Every force creates an equal and opposite reaction. In short, hold on to the gun tightly, or it's liable to react in the wrong places. Now, that ain't too serious as long as you're not getting thumped in the crotch.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I missed that.
Some people will put the butt of a 12 gauge in their crotch and pull the trigger.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
That would not be a wise thing to do, from what I know.
You should see some of the injuries in basic training and police training and all that. I've trained some of these people, and they do that. They really do. You know.
Here's a question for you. Here's another one. So, what about the GCR, NESARA, and all that?
GCR, the global currency reset, is the quantum banking system I was talking about. The value of the currency that you would hold in a quantum account is the new currency. It can be the old stuff, but it is the new concept currency.
But they're not going to be putting any money in our bank accounts. Is that correct?
Do what?
Is that what you're saying? They're not going to be putting any money in our bank accounts with NESARA or anything like that?
Not at first, no. But the GCR actually will give it the true value of what it's really worth, which is considerably different from what you experience now. You take, well, in some places it takes $10 to get a gallon of gas. Well, you take $10 of this down there, you get 10 gallons of gas. See the picture? It's real simple.
Oh, okay.
Y'all are gonna like it. The fun is just about to begin. Ooh.
Here's a new one. Since white hats are in control, why do they want to starve us for 2 years? What do they gain by doing so? Do they have depopulation agenda as well? And with friends like that, who needs enemies? So the white
Okay.
hats are starting to be called out. If you're really a white hat, why are you letting all this happen? And why hasn't someone or the military or Mr. T stepped in to stop this crap?
Since the hats are in control, why do they want to starve us for 2 years? Well, the white hats, the real white hats, are exercising great controls behind the scenes. You'll see evidence of that. Let's see, this is the 8th, about the 20th or so of this month. Some things will change, and it's going to be a delight. Baby
Yep.
formula, as an example, is going to be back on the shelves. Woo!
I just had to put that one up there because it's funny.
District Attorney Fran been very real helpful, especially the people that's in charge.
Yeah, really. Are supposedly in charge.
I've been wondering whether he gets help when he has to wipe.
Okay, here's somebody said, oh my God. I don't even want to go there. Okay, hello. I heard the good guys destroyed the tainted baby formula. What tainted baby formula are you referring to?
And you know what happened? The illustrious bureaucrats closed the friggin' thing down anyway, even though a majority of the stuff that was already in the pipeline wasn't tainted, was not infectious, etc. Bear that in mind. You were told by Biden that there would be food shortages. Ooh, uh-oh.
What's this? Okay, must be from a different. Let me read this to you. Let me read it to you, Drake. Let me read this. Do we get a direct personal meet with God's source at the time of transition rather than at present belief? That's somebody else. I don't.
The answer is no, and the reason being is that in order to be the creator had to remove himself from the tree of life. That separates him out of the realm of our possibility. Some of us, myself and a few others on this planet, can access the creator, but there's no need to. There are entities.
Well, I don't think anybody has to go through anybody. They can directly connect with source if they want to.
Don't bet on it.
Go ahead and
try. Go ahead and try.
I have. So
Next.
I just don't want to discourage people's ability or need to go through somebody else, like a minister, pastor, whatever, in order to be able to talk to God. That's what I'm talking about.
No. The council is much higher than pastors and all, and the church rigmarole that we have put together on this planet. There is a system in extant right now upstairs. Okay. Your prayers are heard, and things are effectually taken into account and dealt with as best they can at the point of contact. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was kind of reading something at the same time. I have another question. Let me read it. Gail and Drake, we would love some positive news. I still believe in Nasara restoring a brilliant planet with stunning beauty. We need everything changed. We are past the boiling point.
Okay, I'll give you the good news. Each and every last thing that you're consider positive, good, etc., not only will be restored, the ocean's cleaned and the pollution cleaned up, and the garbage people that did this, guess what they get to do? They get to run the mop and the broom and the rake and whatnot, and go find those chunks of plastic that they put in the ocean to make us all float funny and all that. The fun thing about the reset is that it resets people. This up here, the modus of thinking changes from criminality, and nastiness and profit only back to responsibility. So we'll see how it goes. Okay.
Well, people have been controlled, and I think in some ways, in many ways, we're blaming the people when the real people who are to blame are the ones in charge. That's just my opinion. But
Yeah.
didn't the military take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution?
Yes, I did.
If the American people are forced to starve for 2 years, the Constitution will be more than at risk. They are obligated to defend the Constitution. We still
And
have
prevent
people
this.
guilty until proven innocent, and it's supposed to be the opposite way around.
Yep.
So many things need to be changed
Yep.
that haven't happened.
Well, that's
And
that's what the transition is supposed to accomplish in a major way. All of the resets that everybody's looking at, the advantages, people being able to eat that haven't been able to, security, not having people needing to break in your house and steal everything or any of that. All that stuff goes.
okay, here's something
Uh-oh.
you can answer that. Why say don't believe the news, then quote the news? FCOL. I'm not sure what that means, but
What's the FCOL? Come on, Cheryl.
I
Stick
don't
it in
know.
there. Okay. Anyway, don't believe don't put full stock in the news for the simple. This is a news can
And
lie.
the law
Don't
says
put
the
full
news can
stock
lie.
in the news.
Okay.
The news is you got to understand it. It's an entertainment show.
Okay, well then Dot Connector says, why did you say 2 years?
Because 2 years is about what you're looking at in terms of being prepared. Okay.
Okay, let me see what this one says. Drake, did you hear that the military will be using the stored food found in the dumps? That's what I've heard.
Yes, they're going to be distributing that shortly, only to poor people. The rich people don't get any.
I should hope not. They don't deserve any. They got plenty to take care of their own self.
I think that a lot of the people that are wealthy and have screwed everybody ought to have the same problems that they put on everybody else.
Exactly. I agree. Some people call that karma.
Write that down, get it notarized.
Start making a list of how, yeah. Anyway, let's see. Here's someone stating this, and I think we know what that's all about. So this is a movie, so there's an actor. Is the answer to that?
Here's the problem. There are enough clones to keep us busy thinking people are alive for a long time.
And you know what?
All the clones get shut off at the transition. Click.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. I heard wait a minute. Okay. You're going to complain about the food. I heard the food from Replicator has no flavor. Is that true? I don't think you've had a chance.
I've had food from a Replicator on board a Starship, and I'm going to tell you that it tastes just as wonderful. Think about the burger or the steak or whatever on the grill, and that's the flavor that you get.
Okay.
Replicators have a problem with fermented products. It makes the most god-awful kinds of things that are fermented that you can think of. So,
here's a question for you. Let's see. I'm going to have to come back to this other one in the chat. Wait a minute. That's the wrong one. So are they out of here to fight greater battles? Are we in the clear in this war then? I don't think so.
Are we in the clear in this war then? The war that you're talking about was a galactic war. It was culminated about 6 months ago. So we'll know. And positively, the good guys won.
Here's one. This is interesting. I saw this too. They said, what does it mean that the Sphinx has closed its eyes? Several videos besides the supposedly CGI ones show this. People say it means that Ra has come for his worshippers. Saturn by Earth on Sechicam. Do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, well, anybody that knows anything about the Sphinx knows that it is a spiritual, interdimensional, and can open, close its eyes. It could even jump off of its pedestal and run around the block a couple of times. It really fit. So, what does it mean that the Sphinx can close its eyes? It don't want to see the horse hockey.
Don't want to see what's going on.
Yeah, well, you got everybody and their mother-in-law being nasty to people. You've got a total lack of morality where it's okay to step on baby birds or kill little kids. I wouldn't want to watch that either. If I have to.
How about this one? Why would we need money or bank accounts in 4D? Why wouldn't we just move to the 25th century Star Trek economy?
That's basically what the quantum banking system is. And if you'll study it out, or if you take a look at the Star Trek economy and the way it's set up, it's not money, it's credits. Okay? Ain't that fun? You asked her. That's what I've been told. Now, all I can do is regurgitate what I've been told and all that. And hope not to get anything funky on anybody.
Can we? Okay, here's another one. Oh, whoa. I didn't know. Interesting. I've never had that happen before.
What to do?
No, I can't get rid of it. It says
Oh,
reply.
that's self-destruct.
Block user on YouTube. Put user in timeout on YouTube. Add blacklisted. Okay, come on. Why is it? Go away. There, it finally went away. Okay. Oh, let's see.
Huh?
I'm trying to find another question here that's relevant that we haven't already answered. Oh, here's one. Let's do this one. Drake, did you test your energy device yet? If not, how did it go? Or if so, how did it go?
So far, it's working fine. I'm gonna have to do some more tests. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
20. This is sure.
Somebody mentioned something about cola. What are they putting in? You mentioned cola too. Do you know what they're putting in Coca-Cola?
Yes, I do, and I tell everybody get away from it as far and as fast as you can. The reason I say that is that some of the ingredients in that, you've heard of the black sludge, the sticky goop that they find here and there. That's part of what's in it, and they're doing that because they can't get people to cause enough strife to create enough loosh for everybody to have lunch. Ooh, ain't that nasty? Stolen 401ks. No.
Okay, Drake, this is the elite's last move. I heard they have no money.
They got money. It's not a question of that. It's a question of intent, purpose, and activity. Elite's last move. Well, the elites you're talking about are those who would have us all bowing down to worship somebody like Biden, and there just ain't no way.
Oops, that wasn't what I.
If an individual decides something, okay. Now this gets into some of the heavy stuff that's in my books. If you want my books, and you want to really learn about yourself, get them and study. Apply what's in there, okay? And what'll happen is simple. You'll learn that the limitation is your imagination. Number two, as long as it doesn't do any harm to anybody, just have all kind of fun with it.
Okay, come on. Why is this not moving for me? It won't let me go back up past whatever. The whole thing moves. But anyway, so if I lost your question, I didn't mean to. Okay, this is a question. I don't know if you want to answer that, but we know what Carrie Cassidy thinks.
No.
Well, I'm just for the sake of argument, and I'm not arguing because I don't take a stand on it. Carrie Cassidy says yes, just so you know that. But anyway. We hear an echo. I don't know why you hear an echo. Sometimes it's your own system audio.
Yeah, you got to turn yours down too, not just ours.
Exactly. And I'm plenty far. Do you see my mic? I have a mic here. You can't even see it. So I have it plenty
No,
far away.
totally. She's wearing, the emperor has no clothes.
Okay, here, is this true? Well, I missed the part you agree about that the bill the President Trump put in seizes everything from the traffickers.
Yep.
But I imagine that takes some time to do, or it gets frozen at first, or what? No. So there shouldn't be any shortage of money.
Among other things, no. The problem with the money is that they have used it all. Okay.
Why would I turn off my own sound, Cheryl? That doesn't even make sense.
Anyway. It's better now, whatever that means.
I didn't do anything different. Okay. My mic is plenty far away from me. I haven't.
It's how you hold your mouth. It doesn't have anything to do with what you're doing. Be able to get a new avatar.
What? You want me to hold my mouth? What did you say?
No.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not going to hold my mouth on my own show, okay? So I don't know who's saying that, but anyway. Does he know of anything happening to... we can't talk about that dot connector. That'll get us in trouble. You ought to know that. Okay. Well, somebody's asking if it's true about Alec Baldwin being hung to death. That was on Real Raw News as being true. He was
what?
He was hanged.
Oh.
For his crimes against humanity and children and everything else.
Oh boy. Do I know of anything happening to vaxxed people versus non-vaxxed?
I just said I don't want that. I don't want to go there. Okay.
Okay.
Not from you.
Listen to me. The way I found out about it was through Judicial Watch's newsletter, and I'm going to make a copy of that, run it through my computer, and put it up on my social site and see what happens to everybody and their mother-in-law. See, the problem is this: forcing somebody to take something they don't want ain't cool. But if it's bad for you, will kill you or cause problems, that's even worse. And that's what I'm gonna cover. And that's on me, on my show. Don't have anything to do with Gail. Okay. They come with a big red thing that goes cancel when they hit you on the forehead with it. Alec Baldwin hung to death.
Well, I think it would be more fun to talk about what happens to us when we hit the when they hit the transition. If you have polyester on.
Well, certain types of polyester ain't going to hold together because it's not put together in a natural fashion, and you're liable to have people such as people that you don't want to see standing at the podium naked all of a sudden, and I just talk about a nightmare.
Oh wow! Let me see. Here's one. This is interesting.
With no clothes on.
Well, who's got what? I missed that. 107 is actually a code name for CIA agent 107. I don't know. I never heard that one before. That's a new one to me.
Time for a break at the hour.
Okay, and we only got a half an hour to go because I have another. I have an engagement afterwards. So,
okay. The answer to the O'Sullivan question was no.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe. Yeah. Here's a. Let's see. This is another little a video that but this one again came from Dean Chambers research, and I saw it, and it's a bit of a rant from Alex Jones, but I have to agree with him. So let's watch this. We haven't talked about this either, so maybe we can talk about it a little bit when we come back after the break. But before you go, let's watch this real quick.
Ta-da, ta-da.
Ta-da, ta-da. Okay, now he does rant, so...
all this is a societal wrecking ball to destroy any semblance of normality, any semblance of basic human biology that you see in the bees and you see in the birds. Imagine if somebody in a demon outfit showed up next to a baby giraffe and said, "Hi, I'm a demon. Be inclusive. Don't be mean to me. Let me wear demon horns and come up and look like a complete alien from another planet. Let a space alien." And by the way, this is a program. They dress up like space aliens all over the United States and all over the world. I told you, in horrible demon psychopath outfits that make Pennywise look beautiful. And they show up and they have their way with your children in demon outfits. I mean, if you've got men that look like 400-pound goblin demons with your children, there's nothing you won't put up with. There isn't a species on the planet that would let something that looks like a space alien get up close to its kids, but only in America does it happen, and I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it right now. I can't handle it more.
Oh, no sound. There's sound. Can't hear you, Gail.
Got to turn my back on. I told you it was a rant. That was a rant. But that, I can't believe they're doing that. That's just, I'm glad I don't have any children in school. In fact, I would have taken them out of school by now.
What's funny, the people thought CRT was bad. Now they got drag queens running around trying to teach your kids.
I can't believe that. Isn't that terrible? Okay, let's go for a little break, shall we?
Yeah.
And but as I said, we'll only have about 20 minutes, maybe a little more than that at the most. And I agree that rant was definitely justified.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
okay, we'll take a little break. I'll show a little video, and again, I'm going to tell you that this is a listener-supported channel, and it's not being supported hardly at all lately. And I understand a lot of people are having problems, but I don't know how long I'm going to be able to continue if I can't cover everything, because it costs a couple $100 at least every month, more than normal. So anyway. I'm back. Okay, well, we'll do another one while Drake is gone. Let's see, how about the hemp paste one? I'm sure you all heard it before, but I don't have one for the legit, which is blackgold.gailofgaia.com. So let me put that up for a minute. I really like this stuff. I really think it's good, and I really think it's very helpful. The other thing that I highly recommend, and I don't have a video done for that either, is, and these are always listed in the description of all the videos, so I don't want to leave it up there very long. And these are just affiliate links that, I get a little small percentage of whatever is sold, and every little bit helps. So just so you're aware of that. Now, Ambaya Gold, I think, are great products because that it's liquid nutrition rather than taking supplements, and it's made right here in Sedona, and I've seen it, and it's legit, shall we say. But anyway, and then of course, I think as far as CBD goes, one of the best products on the market for CBD is the hemp paste that we recommend because it has not been altered or extracted by these different methods that actually ruin the genetic code of the plant. So, being that it's the only one that I have left to run, I don't know how to do these like Paul does. So, anyway.
Free Range with Gail of Gaia is honored to be affiliated with MyNutra, makers of hemp paste. Hemp paste is a whole food product that still contains most, if not all, of the terpenes, phytonutrients, essential elements, and CBDs of the raw hemp plant. CBD oil manufacturing methods strip away living essential elements, leaving only one, a dead CBD oil. CBD oil alone simply cannot support the entourage effect that occurs when hemp pastes essential nutrients go to work to support your optimum health. Almost 200 terpenes and over 500 other phytonutrients work together with a synergistic effect that simply doesn't happen with CBD oil alone. Visit hemppaste.gailofgaia.com. That's hemppaste.gailofgaia.com to learn more. And be sure to check out the impressive array of hemp-enriched products while you're there. That website again, hemppaste.gailofgaia.com. That's hemppaste.gailofgaia.com.
Thank you, everyone. I just want to say that on that particular video, I had my email hacked, and so don't use Gail of Gaia at protonmail.com. You can use Gail of Gaia 222 at protonmail.com if you want. As far as Dean Chambers goes, he's been asked to be on my show, and he can be, but so far it just hasn't worked out or whatever. But he has his group on Skype, and I have a group on Skype too. If you'd like to be in my group on Skype, just put your Skype address in the chat or send it to me privately through Facebook Messenger, or well, I guess you have to find me on Skype, but I don't know how else to tell you to do it. But anyway, and I see Conspiratary said that she has gotten the Legit and she really likes it. And I feel exactly the same way. I take it every day and I really like it. And I think the reason that it makes you feel so good is it provides the minerals that we do not get from the food we eat or whatever. And we have a lot of heavy metals that we get more than you would even want in your body, and it helps to compete for that and helps you eliminate that type of thing. So bear that in mind. All the products that I've suggested using are I've tested, I've tried, and I've looked into how they're made, and they are very good. So and I always am looking for something different and so on. Also, oh yes, Vital Pets. We're going to be having a show with Vital Pets again, or Vitality Science it's called. And we're going to talk about cancers in dogs and cats. And so that can be a problem. Okay, Drake is back. Hi, Drake.
Hello. You know I wouldn't stay out forever.
Sage is asking, Gail, how did I get associate with Drake? Through his friend. How did I get to know you? How did I get you maybe on my show or what have you? Would you want to take that question?
If somebody wants me on the show, contact Gail to get in touch with me.
Well, actually, I think she was asking how I got in touch with you, and that was through Dean Chambers.
It was an accident.
It was an accident.
We didn't mean it, but it just happened. We're kind of stuck with it.
It all started with an argument. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it did. Nah, you don't do that.
No. Okay, let's see. Yes, let's not forget our pets. Let me see what else. That is splendid. Thank you. It is splendid stuff. I'm very, very happy with it. And Modexus is a good product too, with a lot of glutathione, which helps you remove a lot of the toxins that we've been exposed to constantly. Now, somebody's saying that Alex Jones is a Mossad, unless you have proof of that. I don't know that I'd like to say that. In spite of that, what he said was perfectly relevant as far as I'm concerned. I agree with him. I don't
We
want.
got something in the chat over here. Can I read it?
Which chat?
The one on the right.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't know which one you're at, but
I'm at 1915.
oh mine. Oh, okay. You're.
Whoops.
Oops, that's ahead of ways.
It's trying to get away from me. At transition now, will we be treated by the local sheeple when they wake up, and any guidance on how to handle this situation? Each individual will have a guardian angel, better known as an ET, in a light form, who will advise them and guide them and show them the easy way to get things done, basically. Then there's another one. Another one that gets, here we go.
Wait a second. Let me ask this one question here.
Yes.
Dear Gail, you should get one of them thank you buttons that some other YouTubers have. I think there is one that is on my YouTube site. I don't know. So
How about that?
I'm pretty sure. Isn't there a dot connector? I was asking.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, let me ask this question, Drake. How can one know if they're awakening their telepathy? Sometimes I feel certain people are checking in. Some people have piped in that I didn't expect to. I don't want to ask them. Okay, when you think thoughts to someone, and they receive the thoughts, and then vocalize it. You can do this sitting across the room, hundreds of miles away, whatever. The accuracy of what you sent them in thought should be 100%. If it didn't, you need to work on your telepathic skills.
Okay, why is Tinfoil Hatter saying Drake's a married man? What's that got to do with anything?
Do what now?
It's
I'm a married man?
Yeah, what's that got to do with anything about this show? Absolutely nothing.
I don't think it has anything to do with it.
Exactly. That's why I don't even know why.
Gail and I are friends, and we have a chemistry that's unique.
He's like a brother to me. Yeah.
And I play games with Gail as much as possible for the fun of it. See there she goes. There she goes.
All right. And not to mention the fact that I'm in Arizona and you're in West Virginia. So what are you getting at?
We're across the country here.
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
So,
Okay, let me see what this might. Question: does Drake know about the American Civil Peace flag instead of the old flag?
Yes. They have, there are more than, I think it's 3 or 4 different takes on the flag. One is the flag everybody sees, stars, bars, and all that. And the other one is the peace flag that hangs vertically. That's long ways down. And it means that we are at peace, period.
Yeah, YouTube does take donations. They take and when you get one, they take a pretty good percentage. So actually, PayPal or Cash App's a lot better. Cash App's actually better than PayPal, but a lot of people don't have it. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. I didn't know he. Don, okay. Drake. Sometimes I can't get this darn thing to move.
Oh boy!
Alex calls them globalists. A lot of people do. What are you laughing at?
I'm getting jokes from a certain person that contributes to things. Dean is putting little jokes and whatnot in here, and some of it's hilarious.
Oh, okay. All right, Gail, please ask Drake, once this transition is over, will we be able to obtain a new avatar, one without a reptilian component added to the brain?
Yes. But what you have to understand is that an avatar is um, a manifestation or a making real of something that isn't. So, bear that in mind.
What's this one here? What two are you talking about? You two hang out on the ship.
Well, I hang out in areas.
Well, I must not know anything about it because I don't recall any such thing. They wipe my memory every time.
Will we be able to obtain a new avatar? No. Without reptilian component. You have, everybody has a little reptilian in them, like it or not. And the problem is that people get confused between the two.
Okay.
That's where the
Thank
problem
you, Doyle. Thank you, Doyle. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, bud. Cool.
I don't know how you do
I'm
that
thankful that
exactly.
Gail bothers to allow me loose on this show. I mean, I come up with some untoward things at times.
He definitely does. Let's see, where are
Actually, I'm kind of proud of some of them. Some of them are original.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm looking for another question. I don't seem to have them. Okay. Has anybody got any more questions?
If you do, now's the time.
Do it now or forever hold your peace. Here's one. Opal, here's a question. This one. How many states may experience stolen 401ks? I don't think they can.
None. The transition to the quantum banking is like instantaneous. They flip a switch and it happens. There won't be any time to steal anything. And nobody, this is going to be funny, nobody knows when. I do, but anyway.
You can't tell us.
Okay, two different answers. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's another question. I don't know what two different answers you are, so you have to be more specific. Do you know what I mean? Is this all a simulation? That's another question.
Yes and no. It is if you believe it is. The thing about the whole deal of existence is that we can be usurped in terms of our capacity to realize what's real and what isn't. And due to that fact, we could be a bunch of imagination, little containers of imagination on a great big spaceship hurtling through space. Nobody really knows. Those are two different answers.
Okay, what do we got here? Whatever you do, don't hold. They absorb into your blood. Stinking thinking. Well, I don't even want to put that up.
If I let go of a fart, I guarantee you there'd be some people going, "Ooh, what happened in here?"
Anyway,
Floating head syndrome. No joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not big into fart jokes. So anyway, is the Earth expanding? Here's another question.
Yes.
Well, that's a simple answer.
The Earth expanding. No, actually, it's contracting slightly, and it will continue to do so until the transition.
Okay. What is going to happen on the summer solstice?
Same thing as happened before.
Which is basically nothing, right?
There's something important that is going on that we should know about. Yes. ET is going ape goodies over getting prepared with the logistics and positioning of personnel, landing so that they can't be observed, so that they can put people in to our societies that look just like us. You can't tell the difference, kind of thing. Kind of like Valiant Thor. He looks human. He's not. Okay. So you have to understand that those who do this are doing so for our benefit. Exactly. Right?
They're doing it for our benefit.
Yeah. They're helping take care of things so that we don't have to. Making sure that certain prosecutors that like to turn crooks loose don't have an office anymore. That sort of little funny. That's
Well, we're
ET.
going to have to be careful about the definition of crooks too, because what happens is they let elite people go, and they don't let anybody else, any of the little people go. Just like the first people that they'll arrest is some little person that played a very minor role, and they let the big guys go. For example, has Maricopa County done anything about the supervisors who have deleted files, withheld evidence, and all kinds of stuff?
What about that court case we just had? Clinton's lawyer skated because of a packed jury. I mean,
That's what I mean. There is no justice in the justice system, and you see it happening to the elite, and it's even worse.
You just wait.
It's worse for the little people. Yeah,
everybody's going to have such a pleasant surprise and a dawning of a new age. When will this government go down?
Transition.
Dot connector.
Okay.
That's not real.
What's that? Okay. I'm trying to find
quantum financial system. No. Is there a cryptocurrency that will represent the quantum financial system? No. 15th to 24th of this month. The date will change. What kind of animals is in Hollow Earth? Everything you've seen here, and some antiques. There's a movie that would be helpful to learn about the creature we're moving into.
We did that one already. Sorry.
You did?
Yeah. That summer solstice one. We did that already.
Yeah. When is Mr. T going to step back into his business? Be patient.
Oh, okay, here's one for you. Drake, have you ever been on a black canvas with no creation upon it? That's the void, isn't it?
No, because the void is empty.
Well, so is a black canvas.
Not really.
I just thought that's a way of describing a...
Yeah, it's a good way to describe it. You're correct. First speech on KDO.
Is this the one that the guy was talking about, maybe? Answer 1. Drake said, yes, we can get a new avatar without an added reptilian component. And then answer 2 was, no, we can't. So you're going to have to explain that, Drake.
We'll address both of them. We can get a new avatar without an added reptilian component. That's true. But here's the deal. We all have reptilian DNA. Like it or not, everybody's got just sometimes itty bitty, but some people have a big bunch of and you can't get away from that. So no, you can't. Now the new avatar is the same old avatar with upgrades.
Somebody's asking if the Arctic where'd it go?
Ice ring is real.
Is real, yeah.
Yeah, it's real.
Okay, and somebody wants to bring this up, so I'll bring it up, but it's a very controversial subject, and we got to close pretty soon.
I got one. You got to hear this. You got to hear this. It's too good. Drake, why won't the void take Nancy Pelosi? It probably wouldn't taste good. Next question.
Everyone has a right to a question, whether you agree with it or not. Yeah, and there was a question, and I'm not talking about you, Drake, and somebody else.
If you throw a certain politician in the water in the ocean, the fish will throw it back. bear that in mind. I mean,
Okay. When will the replicators arrive? That's during the transition again, right?
Yep. Okay. Along with the specific med beds and other things.
Yeah. We're coming up.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was just going to say we're coming up on an hour and a half, and we're going to have to go in about a couple minutes here. And it sounds like you need to get a drink.
No, that was that cigarette. I was just coughing up a cigarette butt.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, do you know anything about anything happening on the 15th or the 24th of this month?
Yeah, the date's going to change.
Huh. Okay. Gail, please ask Drake about who is on probably the new $2 bill that a previous guest showed you and us. I don't remember seeing a $2 bill. I don't remember
I've seen
that.
$2 bills. It's going to be the same person. What you're going to have is a different currency. The old currency it goes, and the new currency comes in. New currency is basket oriented, not right. Is Anna Van Wright's the real deal? Yeah, she's a friend of mine. She is.
Okay, here's another one for you. Sussman didn't actually skate. He's getting arrested again, from what I understand.
Yeah. Well, he exposed some things that Durham jumped on,
Yeah.
and he landed with both feet in terms of a big juicy indictment for things that were already done. All
Yeah.
Sussman for treason. Yeah.
That's his new one. Yeah. So he didn't really skate by a long shot.
No. See, the situation is simple. You can play games with the president, but not the seat of the president. And they played games with the seat of the president. That's a big no-no. 45 ain't coming back. That's BS.
You have anything to say to that?
Well, I hope everybody likes surprises.
Okay. I'm trying to see what else we have here. Biden's head is empty. I would have to agree with that. Why won't they avoid taking?
Still on? Yeah, but it don't work the way they want it to, so they ain't gonna probably do it.
Oh yeah, CERN. Yeah, they turned it back on. I heard that too. Or they're trying to use it again.
They turned it on, turned it back off, and they're really not. Drake, did the UN troops take over the National Guard? No.
Okay, they didn't get anywhere with all that. That went down quite quickly.
Those blue helmets make good targets.
Okay. Oh, somebody said, will there be a rapture for Christians?
Okay, rapture. The rapture is where everybody dies. Bear that in mind. The transition is where everybody just changes one, and we get to leave behind this funky 3D and go to 4D and get out of all the old age stuff and pain and blisters on our mind and hands. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah, they keep turning it on and it gets it turns itself off, and they ain't quite sure what to do about
that. Okay, somebody's saying, Gail, 45 was on that bill. I don't remember seeing a $2 bill, but
I have. I got a couple of them just for keepsakes.
The old ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, anything? I gotta go pretty soon. Why was the White House yellow? Somebody said it was golden color, not yellow, the other night. Do you know anything about that?
It's golden. The color is golden, and the reason the color is golden is because that's the highest form of no value that there is. But in the essence of making a building or somebody turn golden, that means that they have a very, very high rank with the ancients. And you got to look it up to see what who the ancients are.
Alrighty then, I think we're going to have to close it down unless you have any last comments, Drake, or see anything
Yeah, I
you
got a
want?
comment, but I can't say it on this show because you'll get bumped into whatever's and land in Timbuktu land, and I can't do that to somebody that I happen to think is a pretty good person. So
Okay, this is interesting. Cheryl Whitestone said that the gold was related to gold-backed currency, which actually makes sense.
It is, but see, there's a big spiritual connotation in it with regard to the gold, to the color, to what it does, to what it is. Supposedly, it is the metal of Ra.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for for listening and participating in this show. Drake and I have great fun doing this. I enjoy it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll show you or see this again very soon. Oh, somebody said Patty Brazard showed this audience that $2 bill. Okay. I didn't. I probably saw it, but I was probably thinking it was more like a 20 instead of a 2. But anyway, it's all good. Everything's going to be great. It's like we got to go through some of the worst of times to get to the best of times. Isn't that right, Drake?
Now, things are great as they are, but they'll get better.
All right. Well, people were saying because of what we were saying initially. I mean, being informed, you can't. I mean, you.
That information had to get out. It had to get out to the masses. It had to get out to everybody who can share it.
That's
I would tell you to take that portion and send it to somebody like Kudlow. We're not done by a long shot, and we're not in the trash can or the toilet yet. So bear with it and see where it goes. I think it'll end up in really good places.
I do too, because you know what? You have to have faith in the American people because we have freedom loving genes. I mean, we stand for freedom, and what we do and how we act and all that, we're a model to the rest of the world, and we're going to win this. We will.
I can't wait to see AOC riding a donkey.
A donkey?
Well, yeah.
I'd rather be a unicorn.
She's the Green New Deal lady, so therefore you can't have a limo that's got air conditioning and all of that. You got to ride a donkey. Until she does that,
I don't care about any of that. I actually did ride a donkey in basketball when I was in high school. And then some. So everybody, keep your vibration up. Meditate if everything's bothering you, because it will help. Read Drake's books. They're on my website. I'm sorry I haven't been able to keep up with putting all the videos on the website because I just can't. There's only so much time in a day. And I'm getting very concerned about making ends meet. So anyway, thank you for being here. Never despair, never give up, and just know that the best is yet to come.
And you go, that's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Yeah, exactly. Alrighty then. I love you all. See you soon.
Bye.
We'll stay.